Hello, my name's Carol Gallegos. I'm the South Pasadena Farmers Market Manager.
Hi, Carol.
Hi.
When you are selecting vendors for the market, how can you tell that they're passionate about food safety?
Well, I always want to check and see how many farmers markets they've been in, and if it's hopefully I can always call the manager and say, hey, this so and so wants to come to my market. Are they a good vendor? We have
Mm-hmm.
a good connection with all
Mm-hmm.
the managers and stuff, so I
Sure.
check through that, and I can usually tell when they show me pictures of the setup and how they set everything up. I can tell by that too, usually.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay. That's a good clue.
yeah.
Okay, so we're in South Pasadena, which is Los Angeles, which is very close to the equator. So on a super hot day, what's your trick to keeping food safe and cool?
Well, and just make sure everybody has ice. That are supposed to have ice. A lot of products like yogurt and things, they have to have certain amount of. The temperature has to be a certain temperature. So
Mm,
I'm very strict about them having plenty of ice to put in. And we always have we used to fill a big urn of cold ice water for any vendors or people that might feel a bit faint. We have cups and everything, and people can come get cold water. We do that every during the summer. We just stopped doing it now because its temperature started to get a little
yeah,
low. Yeah.
finally.
And we make sure everybody has canopies. That's the rule. Everybody has to have a canopy for the
Yes.
sun and to stop the dust and things flying down.
Okay, sorry. Do you think most shoppers realize how much effort goes into food safety behind the scenes?
No, that was an easy question. No, most shoppers don't know. They don't even. A lot of shoppers don't even understand how farmers markets work. A lot of people come to the booth and say, "Oh, I want to sell something." I'm like, "What do you want to sell?" I don't know. Maybe shoes or tamales or. I'm like, "Okay, but come back when you have a better plan." But I don't think they really They think we're just outdoors and anybody can just come and set a tent up, and it's not the case. We're very highly
Hmm.
regulated by the agricultural department and the health department. Very highly regulated. We get
Hmm.
inspected by the ag department 4 times a year and the health department once
Wow.
or twice a year.
Oh, wow. That's hefty. Okay, take note. Have you ever seen any vendors come up with any clever food safety hacks on the fly?
Uh, no, not really. I mean, they try to get away with things sometimes. So, like the sampling, they're supposed to be in under the tents, and then the health department require an extra top on top of that.
Hmm.
So sometimes they'll be on the verge of sticking out because they don't want it. They want it to be on the outside really, because then people can
Hmm.
just walk past and grab a taste.
Sure.
So they come up with like little ideas of where to put things, and they're just within the parameters of the what's correct,
Yeah, yeah,
what's
yeah.
not.
Or they'll send someone out into the middle
Oh
to
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
welcome
yeah,
people in.
yeah.
Yeah.
They do that a lot too. Yeah,
I mean, everyone loves a sample.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Definitely.
what's one food safety habit you wish every vendor remembered on market day?
I would say ice is one thing, and the water they're supposed to have like hot water and a catch bucket, paper towels, and sanitizer or soap to wash their hands and utensils.
Mhm.
I would say 60% remember and 40% forget, but I try to remember to remind them every time to do that. But I wish they'd remember every week.
This is your reminder. How do you support new vendors who might be feeling a little nervous about food safety things?
uh, well, usually I would. I usually they have to have a food handler's license. And so if it's a new person that's just starting, maybe they want to bake cookies and they just want to get into this business,
Hmm.
I just refer them to the health department, local health department, and they
Hmm.
would give them all the information they need on how to get a food handler's license. They have to take a test, they have to
Hmm.
do a course. I'm not sure how difficult it is, but I know everybody that's had to do it has passed it and got it. So
Yeah,
must be okay. They help you with that. So that's I just tell them just you'll feel safer and you'll know more of the rules when you take that course and deal with that.
sure. Great. Okay. What's a food safety myth that you would like to bust?
um, there is no science that proves that hot water kills more germs than cold water. There's no science out there to ever prove that. But the health department always say it, the water has to be 97 degrees or whatever, and they'll come and test it with a thermometer. Um, there is no science. Cold water can kill germs just as good if you're using sanitizer or soap and everything. It's more about that than just the water.
Wow. Okay, that's really good to know. And the friction, right, of just moving your hand.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I've heard.
There you go.
Might have
Friction.
to check that, but what's a safety rule you'll never skip, even on the busiest of days?
I think that would be the ice. The
Hmm.
ice. If a product has to be kept cool, it has to be kept cool. And in the summer, unfortunately, it gets so hot in Southern California. They start off with the ice, and then about an hour and a half later, it's just water, and the ice is just melted. So I tell them they have to drain the water and add more ice. They have to keep up with the ice. I'm very strict about that.
Yeah, sure. Could make a new market rule about food safety, what would it be?
The a new market rule. We don't have to have a 3 compartment sink, or we just could use one 3 compartment sink for all the vendors because they really
Hmm.
don't need it that much. It's just a requirement.
Hmm.
So I think if we just had one for all the vendors, I think that would be. I think that should be adequate.
That sounds good. Okay, and when the market's over and you're going home and you unpack your bag of goodies, what's your go-to snack?
Oh, let me see. Yes, I might have an apple or a tangerine or a piece of fruit, and I usually eat at the market, so I'm pretty happy. Sometimes I'll have a glass of wine when I get home,
Of
but
course.
we have so much good food here. I eat a lot of food here, and then I go
Yeah.
home and I'm usually done.
All right, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Again, this is from the South Pasadena Farmers Market, and we're going to give you a little tour in a second.